Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Brunel. For those of you who are new, for everyone else, you already know my name. Welcome. I know I've been very absent, not been well, as you guys already know, not even well enough to have enough energy to do anything, let alone, physically, mentally, it's just exhausted. So, and in between, I just having a doctor's appointment for a specialist for this, specialist for that. So I've not been in the right mindset to be able to film. Hopefully at some point that will get better. So do bear with me, bear with. But anywho, how you didn't come here for that. Today I'm doing a foundation review. I've actually got 2 or 3 other foundations that I want to review. Hopefully next week I've got a bit of time off. I'll be able to pile in a few videos so that I can then upload them probably a bit more regularly. But we are testing this foundation here. This foundation is £5. Now, if it works out really well on my extremely oily skin, then it's going to be a bargain, absolute bargain. As to my face here, if you're wondering why I'm looking a bit pasty and a bit ghostly, it's because I've got the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is a matte one. I've got this over my face, and that's why. And as to the shine, I've got moisturizer as well as SPF. And with my condition now, it is vital for me to have SPF. So for you guys out there, yeah, wear your SPF. Even if you are not the traditional dark skin SPF, get your SPF. I'm learning. Better late than never. So this is the foundation. This is the from Primark PS My Perfect Color Double Coverage Matte Foundation, Long Wear Matte Finish, Oil Free with SPF 15. Okay, you've got to give credit where credit is due, and they've got SPF. The shade I've got here is 15 hazelnut, which was the darkest shade I could find there, and the closest match that I could possibly look at. There was another shade, number 14, but that one was about 2 shades lighter. I don't know why there was such a massive jump, so I didn't get that. So hopefully this is going to be okay. For reference, my undertone is golden stroke yellow. I can't have it too golden, otherwise it looks off, and I can't have it too yellow again, otherwise it looks off. So I'm sort of in between. And if you want my perfect color match, it is have a look in the description below, where I'll give you a list of the foundations that I wear. I need to also update that with a few others as well, but there is one that's the perfect match for me. Check out the Urban Decay foundation. So that's just a little bit of information. All right, so this one, as I said, £5. You get 38 ml in this here. It is a glass bottle, which is not bad for a £5 foundation. And then also, by the way, I'm going to be testing out the Mattifying setting spray. This is the PS Prep+perfect Mattifying Setting Mist, which is makeup fixing plus shine control, lightweight, which contains aloe vera and witch hazel, and it's apparently dermatologically tested. You get 100 ml for £4. So that's what we're going to have. Getting a bit nervous here because this is looking a bit white, and usually setting spray with a bit of white in them it can go all blotchy and horrible. So hopefully the atomizing spray is fine and misty, and not one of those that's blotchy and horrible. So hopefully. Now this is the bottle. I'm just going to open that. There is no pump but it is £5. And I'm just going to go and apply it and see. Hopefully this is going to be okay. Oh my god, oh my god. So just gonna get a little bit out. Ooh, I think this might be maybe a little bit too red for me. Yeah. Yeah, okay, well, we'll do what we can. It's got a scent to it that smells a bit medicated and a bit strong. I'm not one for any perfume on my face nowadays. I can't really afford to do that. But it is a sort of runny-ish, but not too much. I think I've got too much there. So hopefully we'll be able to get it all over. Yeah, this is not right. Definitely not the right shade. Maybe 14 wouldn't have been so bad then. I could have mixed the two together, but it is what it is. Hopefully by the time I've highlighted and so on, it won't be so bad. It's a little bit more red than I want. Well, it's got red in it, and that's not my undertone, so. But you get what you get. Let's just test it out and see what it's like, and if it's a good one, even if though it doesn't match me, you guys might beneficiate from it if you can find your shade and save a whole lot of money. So we've managed to cover a lot of all the few hyperpigmentations I've got here. Yeah, the shade's not right. No. But hyperpigmentation, forget these two spots here. They're not the normal spots. So yeah, it's whatever's happening with my body. It comes up and flares up a little bit, but you can see clear difference between the two here. I would have liked it a bit more yellow, but it is what it is. Time now is 3:31. I'm going to be testing this probably about 6 hours. Yeah, I tend to not wear makeup a lot nowadays, and when I do, I want to take it off as soon as I can or when I'm at home. But we are doing a foundation test, so it is what it is. It doesn't feel actually super matte at all. I was expecting it to feel that, or for it to look more matte, despite the fact that I've got my SPF and moisturizer on my face. It still doesn't look matte at all. So I'm going to go and finish off my face, and then we'll see what it's like, and then I can test out the setting spray. So see you in a little while. Okay, so you can see my face is all done. Yeah, the headband is for when you can't be bothered to do your baby hairs and so on. On top of that, just for you guys to know, I did mention about, you know, seeing doctors and so on. I've got stitches on my head in different places, so I've not been able to put a wig on or anything. I've just managed to do this now, and I don't want to put anything that's going to cause any kind of issues for me. Hopefully I'm going to get the stitches taken out next week, cross fingers, and then I'll be able to do more filming. But for now, this is what you've got, and we're going down the easy, lazy route. Now, last item here, this spray. This makes me very, very nervous, and I'm trying to work out what the atomizer spray is going to be like. I'm telling you now, if it's one of those where it's, you know, just splish, splash, splosh, you know, then I don't think I'm going to be brave enough to want to try it, because it'll just leave me all blotchy. So let's see what that one is like. Okay, yeah, oh, okay, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Not so bad. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, it's got a scent to it. It's quite pleasant. I'm not one for putting fragrances on my face now, but that's not bad. It's actually a pleasant smell. Actually, I'm quite surprised. Yeah, because I've come across more expensive products, which you know, where the atomizer spray was absolutely horrific. Really horrible. So this one is not bad at all. It's in between being a super fine, like, is it the Morphe one, which is so lovely and gorgeous, and in between. So it's actually quite pleasant. But I am done now. So I'm going to be wearing this for about 6 hours in total. I tend not to keep makeup on longer than I need to. I usually go makeup free. Thank goodness we're still wearing masks and everything, because they can cover half your face. You just got to make sure your eyebrows are done and you're good to go. So guys, I'm gonna see you in about maybe around 6 o'clock. Let's try around 6 o'clock and see what my face is like, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. But it did not, it blended out okay once I actually applied other products. So far I would say this is one of those where you have to set with powders. You just can't think, oh, matte, I'm just going to put it on, it's going to dry out like the original Huda Beauty or other matte foundations. This one takes a while, and it you know, it's much more creamy than I was expecting it to be. I wouldn't necessarily call this one a matte foundation, to be honest. It's not dewy, but it's sort of in between. You need to set it with powders, which is what I did. I used my contour, which was the Fenty Beauty contour stick. I can't remember which one it was. And then I set underneath with Huda Beauty Kunafa powder. And again, another Fenty powder just lightly across. Waited for about 10 minutes whilst I was finishing off my eyes. Wiped it off, set it off with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And there you go. So, and you can see there's still a bit of sheen there. My nose is shiny, so I don't think this is going to last for ages. But You never know now that I've set it in place. Okay, people, I will see you soon. Bye. Not gonna have it as long as I was promising, only because it's just gone, what time is it, 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. So I've had this on now for about, if I was to leave it a little bit longer, I'd probably be reaching a 6-hour mark. So yeah, so but this is what my face looks like. Of course, now because it's night time, I've got 2 soft boxes and a ring light, so everything is much more emphasized. So you can see the shine around my forehead and my nose and so on, which is normal. But actually on the outer part of my face, nothing at all. Yeah, so it's actually performed quite well. I know my face is shiny and oily, but I've not touched it up. And to be honest, for the last 2-3 hours, I've been in the kitchen, steaming hot, cooking several, different dinners for family, and then I've got to have a different one for me. I'll go into more detail as to why later on when I do like a live update once, next month or so. But yeah, so it's been very, very hot in the kitchen, and I just want to sit down and have my meal because it's gone 8 o'clock, and then take the makeup off. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. I'm starting to notice obviously that I've got makeup and my face feels a bit hot, but that's more me than it is to do with the foundation itself. It has performed quite well. I think the winner out of this, for me, the foundation doesn't quite match, but I can make it work. And for me, generally speaking, I'm no longer into the I can make it work. I just want a foundation that actually blends into the skin. If I did find it, it would actually work really, really well, because it reminds me very much of the NARS. Hold on a second. It was right in front of me. It was the NARS Radiant Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Actually, it's very similar to that. Similar in so far as that. Excuse the stains here. Similar insofar as it takes really well to powders. This foundation takes really, really well to powders. It is definitely one where if you've got extremely oily skin, you need to set it with powder, and it loves layers of powders now. Obviously, I explained earlier what I wore on my face, but this one is fantastic for baking. It just absorbs powders really, really well. So for us super oily people, that's one way of elongating the longevity of your wear of this foundation. And if you can find your shade match, fantastic. £5, you are not going to be complaining. So it is worth trying it out if you've got super oily skin. Just make sure that you really, really set it with quite a few powders, and you can get away with, baking, because this foundation can really take it. I love the setting spray. I think what's made a huge difference was actually that setting spray. I think it's made a massive difference, and I definitely don't know where I put it. I've moved it somewhere, but honestly, that setting spray is just brilliant. I'm impressed by it, and what I'm going to do is some other time I'm going to be wearing it regularly with other foundations, which I know are much more suitable for oily skin and last a bit longer, such as my Urban Decay foundation. So I'm going to be testing it with that, different foundations. But I really think that spray did make a difference. Please, please, please make sure you shake it, and shake it very well. Otherwise, you are going to end up with white sort of blotches and discoloration and so on your face. These are a yes. But now I'm going to take me, and I'm going to go and eat my dinner. And for those of you who want to know, look at that. There's a lot in there, but just so you know, these are all roasted vegetables and a salad, and that's really it, with some feta cheese. Look at that. I cannot wait. I don't want to tip it over. There's a lot there, but this is my only main meal that I've had today, except for a smoothie, so need to go and eat. People, stay safe wherever you are, and yeah, I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye.